Okay.
Yep, we're here. We're recording. The red light is on, Caitlin. How are you?
The red light is on. I was in a different tab, which
It's
is like
okay.
the name of it's like the subtitle of my autobiography.
Well, and I've been splitting my browser window, so I have Chrome tabs on the left, I have Chrome tabs on the right because
Oh,
I'm
God.
looking at two different things, and then I'm like, where did that go? And I'm like, oh, it's on the one I'm not looking at.
Here I am stuck
Yeah,
in the middle with you.
pretty much.
That's
The
too
theme
many
song
tabs.
to
It's too
Grace
many
and
tabs.
Frankie. The theme song to Grace and Frankie.
That's a good one.
That was a fun
It's a
show.
good one.
Easy to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Lily Tomlin always gets me. Jane Fonda, I thought she was funnier in that than she's been in anything else, and I think she's an amazing human being.
Yeah.
But I don't always gravitate toward her acting.
I think she leans a little bit like prudish, or like her characters are kind of like
Yeah.
uppity, like waspy, and I don't think she's that way in real life.
No, I think she's much more fun to be around, and I think that's what I liked about Grace and Frankie is if she gets drunk with Lily Tomlin or gets high with Lily Tomlin,
I want to get high
responsibly
with
in your
Lily
own state,
Tomlin.
whatever it's legal. I think that she, like, it just loosens her up. It loosens her character up, and you're like, oh yeah, I'd really love to hang out with those people.
My Spanish teacher in high school always reminded me of Jane Fonda, but like a less,
Uptight.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's hard because the characters they play and the people they are
Are two separate things.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's his name? It's I can't even remember. I'm not going to go there. We're going to have to go to a different tangent because I can't remember this dude's name. The dude
What's he in?
Succession, and he does like the DirecTV commercials. Brian, he's the lead.
Oh yeah,
Succession.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Man.
Yeah.
But when you see him in other stuff, he's funny as hell. Like
I think he is. I think he's also funny in Succession, though.
Sometimes,
because he's just having like the most fun. Isn't there a scene where he just yells "fuck" at the top of his voice in Succession?
I think. Well, I'm sure
where he's just like,
several of those.
"Ah," and it like loses it. I'm like, that would be the most fun kind of acting to do. Like, I could never be that horrible as a person. But to like explore that part of your brain, keep in mind I'm like fresh off of a trip to see like world-renowned repertory Shakespeare, so I'm very much in like the acting brain. That's where we were last week.
Okay, fair enough.
We went to Wisconsin and saw Shakespeare in the Woods and some August Wilson. And,
I used to go to Shakespeare on the Green down here in Omaha, and then they stopped doing it, of course, for COVID. And I just have never gone back. I think they still do it. It's sort of in a woodsy area. You can take your cooler and have some wine and watch some Shakespeare. Fall asleep if you want to. Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of acting, like we're going to talk later about Ryan Reynolds.
I mean, you are.
I am because we're going to talk. I am a complete fangirl. We're going to talk Inbound 2024.
I know.
He is the final speaker on the last night where they get you to stay all the way till the end on Friday. They always have somebody big. Like, it's been Reese Witherspoon, right? That was who it was
last year.
Barack Obama's been in that spot. I'm trying to think of who else I saw in that spot. Shonda Rhimes didn't have that spot. She was in earlier, I believe. Or maybe because she was early because she was one of the openings because the bus was delayed because I was at a hotel way far away.
Oh, no.
A bunch of us ended up getting off the bus because Boston traffic is just awful. And we just ran to the convention center to be able to see her and not miss it. So I was like a sweaty, hot mess with my backpack. I was also like, would have been one of my first ones. So I was like 6 or 7 years younger than I am now. And more capable of running down a street in Boston with a backpack. Right? But before we get to Ryan Reynolds, who still is part owner, I think, of a gin company, but he did sell it. His aviation.
And he's also he's more of an owner now of a football team.
Correct. He is
football being soccer.
Soccer.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I did see that like Blake Lively's Betty Buzz mixers are now. She has Betty Buzz cocktails in a can. we can get. So her mixers in his gin used to be really good. It was fun when we're like, oh, it's Blake and Ryan. Anyway, they're really good though. I really do like them. But
yeah,
I don't think this is a gin drink though. So I've just really taken this down the wrong path.
It's not
rye whiskey this time.
It's a Ward 8.
Yeah, which I learned is a neighborhood in Boston, which is why we're talking about this with Inbound.
All right. And so I want to look up this guy, Martin Lomasney.
Okay, you look up Martin Lomasney, and I'll give a little history on the cocktail. So this cocktail was born in 1898 in Boston. Sometimes I feel like I was born in 1898. They created it to celebrate the election of said Martin M. Lomasney, who was a local politician.
Do you know what that makes me think of? Is like Lomasney is like Schlemiel, Schlemazel at the beginning of
Incorporated.
Yes.
Laverne and Shirley. Milk and Pepsi. Got it. Milk and Pepsi could be. No, it can't be one of the drinks.
Absolutely not.
That just blew my mind. It's like those Jello, the savory Jellos from the 70s. It's just trying to give people another.
Ew! Stop.
Something. Look it up.
Oh my gosh. Lomasney, he was shot once, feuded with James Michael Curley, whoever that is, and John F. Fitzgerald, don't know who that is either, told the Archbishop of Boston to mind his own business. Hello.
Probably not with those exact words.
I hope not. I hope he went full Tim Walz on him and said, mind your own damn business. And help thousands of constituents obtain jobs, housing, and other necessities.
So he was a man of the people.
Martin.
And so the people created a drink for him. And since he was shot, like the rye whiskey base on this drink makes sense to me. Like he's kind of rough and tumble. You also get lemon and orange juices not commonly put together in a cocktail. And grenadine.
Lemon and orange juice? What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
interesting.
Grenadine. Yeah, usually it's one or the other in a cocktail. It's not usually both. So it basically takes a twist on the whiskey sour, and zhuzhes it up a little bit for Mr. Martin.
I might drink this. Depending on how stiff the whiskey is, I might do this.
I think I need the right rye whiskey, and I need to make sure the proper amount of grenadine and juice is in there because I really need it to balance out. But I will tell you,
following the recipe isn't sufficient for you.
It might be. I haven't looked at the recipe yet. I haven't scrolled down. That's your part.
Okay. Do you want to talk about it?
Not yet. I have enjoyed a whiskey sour before, though. So there's a couple of times that's been made. Sometimes I hate it, and sometimes I like it. So it's a total crapshoot with me. But the reason this is called an Eighth Ward is, even though there's a whole bunch of imposters out there, the original recipe that Caitlin's going to share in a moment is said to have originated at the Locke-Ober Café in Boston's Eighth Ward. So it's called a Ward 8. I'm sorry, not an Eighth Ward. It's called a Ward 8 from the Eighth Ward. Okay.
You doing okay? You want to talk about the recipe?
I think we should talk about the recipe. I specifically think you should talk about the recipe.
2 ounces of rye whiskey, aforementioned, 1/2 ounce of lemon juice, and 1/2 ounce of orange juice, both freshly squeezed, as we well know by now. 2 teaspoons of grenadine. Do you know what grenadine is?
Is it pomegranate? No.
Very good. Okay, that was a pop quiz.
Okay.
And then 2 to 3 speared cherries. Or if you are my daughter, you just go up and demand that either the bartender or your in-home bartender, who is also your dad, just give you the jar of cherries and the spear. We were doing a tasting at our house on Monday, and she walked upstairs and was like, "Dad, I need a cherry." I was like, give the girl what she wants. Anyway. Add the rye whiskey, lemon and orange juices, and grenadine to a shaker with ice, and shake until well chilled. This is an easy one. Mm-hmm. Strain into a chilled rocks glass. I would assume this is like a rocks glass, right? If we're doing a whiskey sour.
Probably.
And then garnish with your speared cherries.
But no ice in the glass, which is interesting.
Right? Would you
put a cube or a ball in there, like a single cocktail ball? I don't know.
If you
shake it enough.
Yeah, you'd like over ice. Yeah. I don't know. It depends on how, like, if you want it to dilute or if you want it to be stiff. I don't know. Go with what you feel.
I feel like
You got
think
this.
I would drink this as well. So I think if
Yeah.
I'm up there again and your in-home bartender wants, I know you've got all of this stuff.
We do have all of these things. I was actually just going to text and be like, hi, I need you to get some lemons and oranges so you can make this for me.
This would not be the first time you've texted during episode to pick up fruit. So
it wouldn't.
Make a drink.
Bring me the citrus fruits, husband.
All right.
All right.
So thank you.
Shall we get in? Shall we?
For that recipe.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Thank you, Liquor.com.
And Zach for finding it and tying us back to Boston. So coming up next?
Maybe we should go visit the neighborhood.
We could. We'll have to investigate. I want to make sure it's not like we're not going to get shot or anything. I don't know what the 8th Ward is, but we'll Google it. All right.
Okay. I'm not scared. Let's go.
Okay. All right, and welcome back. Oh, Zach gave us a thumbs up, and it made the little emoji. That was cute. So cute to get a thumbs up from Zach. I always love his smiling face.
Aren't we
and his
precious?
green headphones. Sometime we'll have to post, like, as much as I hate it, because I hate these headphones and how they look on me, we'll have to post the snapshots of what we look like while we're doing the recording.
Just so we're all aware, I feel as though this Ward 8 restaurant is very actually near our hotel.
Okay, then let's do it.
If I'm looking at the map correctly, which is entirely possible, I'm not.
I just always zoom out, and if you see the convention center fairly close, you're good.
Yeah,
we're between the convention center and the water.
Okay. I'm going to do a little recon, but I think we're going to have to do this.
You do that because some of your favorite activities at Inbound are eating at new restaurants or
That's correct,
restaurants,
actually. What a segue.
What
a segue.
Yeah, and apparently my favorite is no longer a restaurant, sadly. I can't remember.
I know. I was actually quite sad for you. I went, oh, no, it's a 15. Just kidding. It's a different part of town.
Okay.
It's like a 15-minute car ride.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, well, it's near water, so it's got to be close.
A lot of Boston is near water.
I told you I wasn't good at maps, okay?
That's fine. I am good at maps. That was a question on one of my trainings for HubSpot. I'm a visual learner, I learned.
Right?
You already.
I have different skills. I don't need to be good at maps because I can be good at other things.
Well, we've all got a phone and GPS in our pocket.
That's it. Exactly it. I don't need to know where I am. I can use the internet in my pocket. But yes, you are correct. One of the things that I'm most excited for is Little Italy pasta and pastries. And that excitement cannot be overstated. When Jessica and I were there last year, easily like the highlight of our trip was going to Little Italy.
Aside from
finding just like
all the sweet
right, yes. But like when like that moment, it was just like a really lovely, we wandered into the neighborhood and I was like, where should we go eat? And just like asked a stranger and they're like, oh, this place if you want like authentic Italian. And
that's
they
how I
were
like
not
to
joking.
travel in Europe. You just wander into a neighborhood and somebody's mother or grandmother would be like, come eat, sit. I thought the highlight of your trip was when your flight got canceled and you all got matching PJs at Walmart.
This is the second highlight.
It's a good story that we don't have time for today because we got to stay on time with these.
We're staying on task. So
we'll
must do activities
on that. So
yes.
I think we also need to just back up and what the hell is Inbound?
That's probably fair.
Yeah. So
Inbound is a giant marketing conference, like industry conference.
Yep. Yeah. So it's people think that HubSpot owns Inbound, but they don't. It's a separate entity. It's a separate company. However, most of the content
did it spring out of HubSpot?
It did, I believe.
Okay.
Originally,
it would have to because they have all of the HubSpot people.
And HubSpot pioneered inbound marketing.
Yeah.
And so it is very closely affiliated or associated with HubSpot, like their executive speak the opening day. You get HubSpot updates that come in there, but a lot of the content isn't HubSpot necessarily specific, which is really great. Some of it is like there's one I'm looking at things every HubSpot admin needs to know about implementing HubSpot.
Yeah.
Mine are actually kind of boring,
I'm actually so like I think that the unsexy titles are actually the ones that are most valuable sometimes.
Yep, but like another one is Foundations of Profitable Efficient Growth. That has zero to do with HubSpot. The person is not from HubSpot. They're not a sponsor or anything like that. It's just a guy who probably runs an agency or something, and we'll learn how to grow profitably and efficiently.
Yeah.
So Inbound happens every year, usually in September. It's always been Labor Day
the week after Labor Day.
This week. Because going in if they do a Tuesday pre-day, you'd have to fly in on Monday on Labor Day. It was a pain in the butt. But this year they moved it. It's a little bit later, so it's...
I know. I wonder what precipitated the change.
I think they've had a lot of feedback about please stop doing this on a holiday week, is my guess. But anyway, it went virtual for a few years, but it's been back in session for a while, and it's bigger and bigger and bigger. I think it's usually 5,000 or 6,000 people, maybe more.
Is that all? I feel like it's...
They limit the number of tickets because there's only so much that they can handle for...
Yeah.
I mean, the venue can handle a lot. It's the Boston Convention Center. You can put a bunch of people in there. So that's Inbound, and we're going. So we have some clients going. I saw some client dinners on my calendar that are popped up.
One of our clients texted me today and said, "Are we getting lobster while you're here?" And I was like, "Absolutely." Okay. So I made sure to mark some time for that.
There was a really good kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Dive restaurant-esque seafood place right on the wharf, where you walk down the dock or the pier, and it's in one of the buildings, and you just kind of go in, and then suddenly there's all this restaurant seating. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could find it again or if it's even
still there. So their office is in Boston, so I might just be like, Rachel, why don't you tell us where we need to go for good seafood or good all right, because she's gonna know the secret place.
So when we're not eating and we're not getting Dunkin' Donuts in the morning, because that's what you do there for coffee,
it's not good. It's a hot take.
I feel that way about a lot of coffee. What I make at home,
we're spoiled though here.
Well, yeah, I mean, our office is above a coffee shop up there, so
a really
good
coffee shop. Yeah,
but roasting always smells terrible, though. But I know it's it tastes good, but it always smells really weird. So anyway, what are some things that you absolutely have to do?
I mean, I think this is kind of a no-brainer, but the expo floor is a must see. It's where you get all of your swag from vendors, but they also have speakers and sessions on the expo floor as well that can be really interesting or more niche than some of the bigger sessions or the formal panels and things.
Yeah, what I like about those is I've been in a couple where I was this is boring me to death, and they're smaller sessions. And I feel even though I don't know the person giving it, I feel kind of guilty.
Oh God, you feel horrible. You're this isn't valuable or relevant to me, and you're I'll just be on my phone in the back because I can't bear getting enough.
Yeah, but the ones in the bigger deep dive or the bigger main stage area, even when they're in between the main stage sessions or just breakouts, or on one of the other stages they have where it's a lot of people, I feel less
like a jerk.
Yeah, I feel better just bailing out. I mean, there was one that I was listening to and it was kind of boring, and then the woman's just send me an email and I'll send you all my slides. And I had was wanting to get drinks with a client as well, and I'm great, I'm gonna bail out and just email her for the slides and go get drinks.
You'll never know that I didn't stay for this the whole time.
So are you am I right to see here that you're fangirling about Kyle Jepsen from the HubSpot Academy?
Absolutely. I'm actually, so the things that every HubSpot admin needs to know, I think that's actually going to be really valuable. And
we're going
Kyle,
to that
I think so.
Okay.
I know I have at least one of his sessions on my calendar. See, now I have too many tabs open.
I have two. Oh, except that's because I reserved the HubSpot admin thing on Friday and on Wednesday just in case.
So there's an optimizing and there's an implementing things every HubSpot admin needs to know. So I've reserved a seat in both of them.
Mine is troubleshooting HubSpot and implementing HubSpot. So Kyle is basically just sharing all of his secrets.
Yes. And the thing, I mean, I did not appreciate this the last time where I was like, I don't really want to sit through a HubSpot Academy course while I'm there. But like, that's kind of the point, right? Like, take advantage of getting some FaceTime with those people, and then also having the opportunity to ask questions in a live format. Like, that's pretty significant. So,
yeah, and learning that they're actual humans. They don't just live in
right?
a screen. That's really good. I do think that the product announcements can be a little bit dry sometimes. I know they try to make it cool, but they try to make it cool kind of with like dad jokes and things. Though sometimes those are fun. But I do think that those are important. So there's times, like this is a time of year when a lot of times they'll roll out just a shit ton of product updates. You dropped an F-bomb already, so I'm just going to shit ton this thing.
Oh, yeah. Fuck it up.
Throw the E on it, Zach. Throw the E on it. Like, you'll come back and just features after feature after feature will roll out. The beta list inside of your HubSpot hub will be just jammed with stuff. So I think that's a real must-do session. I also think there's always one that's just inspirational. That's what Shonda Rhimes was that one year. Just really about like living your life. And Katie Couric did it one year. And it's really just about somebody else's experience. It has nothing to do with marketing necessarily, but it's applicable to everybody. And I like those. I feel like Brene Brown has probably done inbound. I don't know if she has. If not, then they should get her. She'd be a really good one.
We'd like to submit a formal request.
Yeah, there was one where they had us all do chair yoga in the main stage. I exited stage left for that one.
Oh, interesting.
I was like, I think it's time to go to the bathroom. So yeah, just basically learn as much as you can about HubSpot products because they'll announce stuff there. They'll also share some stuff that is probably not ready for prime time, but that is about ready to come out. That usually happens. And so I think those are all good. And then, of course, Ryan Reynolds at the end for me. He's funny.
2015 and 2017, I think, Brene Brown was there.
Wait,
so
I would have been there 2017. Maybe I saw her and didn't know who she was.
I bet that's what happened.
It probably was. I'll have to go back and look. So anyway, those are all good. I mean, generally, like, I start with the main stage and I look at what I'm going to do from there. And decide, like, those I generally will put together and we'll try to sit together and all of those things. So I'm not a VIP this year, so I can't reserve seats. I'm just a regular commoner like you are.
Just a peasant like the rest of us.
I know, it made me really sad. But hey, maybe we'll get Diamond and I'll get that VIP pass back for next year.
I was a commoner last year and I did just fine.
Yeah, last year was my first, or 2 years ago was my first VIP year. And like I could have got my nails and makeup done, which I should have done. They had a hairstylist for us. We had a separate quiet lounge, which was actually nice. And then I got free lunches. I didn't have to pay for my lunches, which they're not that expensive anyway. I really didn't care.
No.
But yeah, so those are kind of the must do, must see for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think what I took away from last year was also like you can only absorb so much information. And so it's okay to tell yourself, like, you know what, my brain is full right now. I need to put my headphones on and like go answer some emails or go read my book or just like check out.
And
because
go ahead.
Yeah. No, it just like you can only intake so much new information.
And up on the floor where the breakouts all are on that second level, I think it is, maybe the third level, whatever. All the way at the far end away from the entrance you come into, it just dead ends like an airport terminal dead end, and no one is ever down there. So I won't give you I'll tell you my secret, but I'm not going to give it out on the podcast unless this came out after, but I think this comes out before we go, so I'm not going to give it out. But it's a really great place to sit quietly and like listen to music or just sit in a corner and cry softly, like whatever you need to do. Take a conference call, all of that stuff is available up there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that take breaks is important. Don't schedule yourself back to back to back to back. Give yourself some time to breathe.
Well, and it's like also time to digest and figure out how what you're learning is applicable to your day to day too. Because I think I didn't do a great job of bringing things back last year to make them like actionable. Where I like took in a ton of new information, and it's hard to know what was like tangential and what's actually been implemented. But I did not give myself necessarily the time to like digest, which I think makes things a little bit more firm when you're learning them. So I am really looking forward to hearing from Kara Swisher on the main stage. She is like tech journalist extraordinaire, and somebody whose like opinion and prowess and career I really admire. So I'm really, really excited about that.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. There's always some really good just I don't know, like inspiration, ideas. It just gets your brain going in such a great way with those main stage pieces. It's also not like, oh, I need to take notes so I can go do this later. It's really more just absorb and understand, which I think is it's really, really neat, and it's one of my favorite things. Yeah, those are also times when I kind of relax a little bit, because you're not on as much.
Yeah. Ironically enough, Kara Swisher has a podcast called On with Kara Swisher.
Oh, well, she will be on. We do not have to be on. Yeah, I'm just going back. I'm just scrolling through stuff because I'm just completely like overwhelmed. I do have my favorite list though, and I have a couple of those Kyle Jepsen things. So it'll be fun. I just did a training with him, which was kind of exciting.
Live from your computer screen.
So you've got this, and I have this as well. I was just going through the HubSpot Heroes stage. Yeah. And I do think that a lot of people are overlooking that. What's nice about those?
Oh, the HubSpot Heroes?
HubSpot Heroes. You don't need a reservation for those. You can just favorite it and go. Yeah. Because it's more of a big like area. I do think I was actually looking at several of those, and I was like, oh, I might want to go to that one. But now I've got to see if it fits within my my schedule. I know. But definitely, I think people do overlook that. I think they also overlook some of the meetups. So there's a meetup for almost everybody. I know there's been an LGBTQ one for quite a while.
The person leading the LGBTQ one was one of my favorite sessions last year, and I'm really bummed that she's not. She doesn't have anything like planned. Mandy changes, she's so good.
Who leads that it always changes every year.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
But I'm like, can I attend that as an ally? Can I just come and be like, hi, I want to meet you. I think you're great.
100%.
We're connected on LinkedIn.
You can come with me. So Mandy Thompson and Karen Sennett are leading that this year.
Mandy Thompson is iconic. Like, she's so freaking good. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, that one's fun. That's Wednesday from 1:15 to 2 p.m. So after lunch, you and I can go hang out with the gays.
Oh my gosh. Hang out with the gays.
I mean,
that's a dream Wednesday for me.
I wonder if there'll be any garlic bread there for those.
Gay wine afternoon, since you usually do gay wine night.
Yeah, I mean, so the one year that I went, they did have wine, which was always helpful. But then I'm also going to a few, like I've got several content ones on here, like content as customer journey fuel, video marketing strategy. There's another one. I can't find it right now that I'm doing on content specifically for Zach. Zach's not going this year, but you can catch the live stream ones. I don't remember where that went, but it's in here. Oh, there's a podcast one. That's what it was. Melding timeless insights with contemporary ideas. None of those are live streamed, unfortunately. So I will bring you back good notes, Zach, and I'll tell you everything. And maybe you can go next year, since your flight would actually be cheap. We were talking.
It'd be like $7
to get in from. For you, you're already on the East Coast. Like I'm sure there's. Well, I know that there's a Charlotte to Boston.
Yeah.
because it's US Airways American who merged. Like there's probably 83 flights a day. So if we get stuck, we're going to come down and see you. We're going to all come crash in your living room.
We'll get matching pajamas.
And you would love
and a shitty little bag of toiletries from Delta.
Oh. All right. Any final thoughts, Caitlin? I mean, we're going to eat good. The food trucks are always
excited.
fun.
Yeah. I'm leaving myself open to surprises. Like I think 1 year, like I have 1 year of experience under my belt.
Mm-hmm.
I have another like major conference that I attended earlier like within the last month.
2 weeks ago, 3 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
I know. I was like, when was that?
Not long ago.
So I'm just like, I'm leaving myself open to the possibility of what might present itself. And also knowing that I'm not going to be able to do it all, but that I want to be like present and aware of the things that I am capable of doing.
Yep, 100%. So, and for those of you who are going, for those of you who are listening to this, we've actually almost doubled our listenership, which is really great. We did a little promotion.
Thank you so much for
Spotify.
being here.
So welcome. Thank you. We'll be the crazy people in the tan cocktail t-shirts one day.
One day. I can only match with you for one day.
And Caitlin, well, they all have different cocktails on them. That's true. I was surprised you didn't pick the Jungle Bird, but I'm okay with it. You're fine.
You know, I was thinking about maybe I need a pink cocktail because I have a pink suit, so I could wear the shirt underneath a pink suit.
Yeah. So anyway, we've got those going. Caitlin agreed to wear some merch, but there's very little branding. There's just a little bit between the shoulder blades. Which was acceptable according to Miss Caitlin, because I run all my merch by her. So find us and grab us and ask us a question.
Or send us a message ahead of time and we can meet up.
We can try to meet up. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So I think
maybe at Gay Wine Afternoon.
Which it probably will have no wine at it, but
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. We can get wine later that night.
Right? Yeah.
All right.
You can find our agency at Antidote_71. And if you have a question or you're going to be at Inbound and you'd like to connect, you can head to ctapodcast.live to shoot us a message, or you can leave us a voice message on our hotline 402-718-9971. We will not put your meetup request in a future episode, but if you do have a question or a comment, we would.
Yeah, 100%. So. Drop
us a line.
We also cannot forget, we announced on social media today, I think, the day we're recording this, so not the day this is airing. Yes. With this episode, we are going to start moving to weekly instead of every other week.
You're going to get sick of me.
So we're keeping the episodes at 30 minutes, which is why we're trying to wrap this up, because we're just a little over right now.
You're doing a poor job of wrapping it up.
Zach could cut out some gaps. It'll be fine. But yeah, 30 minutes every week, and we're looking forward to it. So a little bit tighter on the topics, still plenty of tangents, and of course always a cocktail recipe at the top of the app.
Yes.
So like and subscribe, and we'll see you
next week.
Episode. Yeah, next week. Woo.